Well, we are hanging out with one of my favorite people of all time, Brat, in the studio. How are you?
That's right. I am so blessed and happy to be here with you again.
I feel like we see you every day, though, because you're everywhere right now. Do you feel like you're everywhere at the same time?
I want to be everywhere. I'm blessed to be everywhere and happy to be everywhere.
Yeah, well, I feel like this is a good time for you. I mean, you're part of several different projects. You've got a lot coming up as well. So we have a lot to cover. First, though, before we go into the future, we're going to go in the past.
Let's go.
I have something for you.
Oh, God.
Happy 23rd anniversary. Do you know what that means?
23 years of Funkdafied?
Yes, so I'm a little bit of a, you need to know this about me, I'm kind of like
God.
a nerd. I'm a little bit of a chart geek, like I collect Billboard, whatever.
Okay.
23 years ago on this July 30th, this week,
Really?
Funkdafied #1.
Wow.
How cool is that?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, this week for the week ending July 30th. So how,
Wow.
let's go back to that
Jesus.
time. I think people know this, but in case they don't know, I mean, you truly are a pioneer for what you do. For female rap artists, for hip-hop musicians, you broke so many barriers. Let's go back to '94. Was that the goal, or was the goal just to put the music out and see what happens?
You know what? I just wanted the world to know who the Brat was, you know? I just wanted to be famous. I wanted to hear people singing my songs and hear my songs played on the radio. You know, Jermaine Dupri told me, listen, Brat, girls only really go gold, you know, so don't expect too much of this. Don't expect to go platinum. I really didn't care, Paul, if I went double copper. I just wanted to be double glass, okay? I just wanted to be out, and I wanted the world to hear me and see me, you know? So when I went platinum and became the first female solo rap artist to ever go platinum, I was just floored, you know? Yeah.
And today is such a different music scene in many, many, many ways. But today, people get their music out in a lot of different ways. You can do it on YouTube, you can do it on iTunes. Back then, you couldn't do that.
You couldn't. Back then, you weren't famous unless you got signed to a major label and your songs were on every video outlet. We had Video Soul, we had MTV. VH1 actually played videos since it's a video channel. Music Video TV used to play videos, you know, so those were the things that you had to be on. And we had the box where you could request the videos.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very, very different.
Yeah. When you look at the female rap scene today, I mean, do you feel, what do you feel? Do you feel pride that you opened doors? How do you feel about it?
Well, I just feel blessed to be able to have been a part of such amazing history, like I said, I was the first, besides Salt and Pepper, they were the first group to go platinum. But I just feel privileged and very happy that I came out back then, because it's so different now. You may hear all these people on the radio, even female rappers, but you don't know what they look like. There's no platform, there's no outlet. And you know, there's so many female rappers, and you guys just kind of right now get to just see like one, and I hate that. So we need to come up with more outlets and more platforms. That's why I'm doing every TV show I can do, every radio show I can do, I'm taking advantage of every opportunity so I can, you know, use those platforms.
Yeah, well, let's talk about some of those. So I want to start out with Rickey Smiley For Real.
Yes.
Tell me about the show and how that's going.
Oh, man, the show is going amazing. Another great platform that I was blessed to have by Rickey Smiley himself. I do the Rickey Smiley Morning Show every morning, and from that, the Rickey Smiley For Real opportunity just fell into my lap, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be on a TV show. You know, this was the first one since I came from my little vacation, my little situation that I had. But you know, Rickey Smiley For Real is great. I get to show sides of me that people don't know. You know, they don't know I'm a cream puff. They don't know I like to, you know, I like to cook. They don't know I have 6 dogs. You know, I want to do a pet furniture line. Like, I'm a very compassionate person. Like, I was raised by my grandmothers, you know?
Yeah. And what I love, too, I love watching you on Dish Nation and listening to you on the radio, is that you're really good at that. I mean, sometimes you see musicians who try to do the radio thing, and the personality isn't necessarily there, but like, you've got it.
I love it. I mean, when I did my first radio interview, when Funkdafied first came out 23 years ago, they would say, you should do radio, you should do radio. But you know, being a brand new rapper and trying to be a superstar, I'm like, I ain't doing no radio. But as I kept hearing it and hearing it more and more, I started practicing and I got more and more comfortable. And then when I got the Rickey Smiley Morning Show, he started teaching me you know, very pertinent things. And I was like, okay. And I started learning really how the ropes were, and I got it down packed now, and I love it. I love it.
You mentioned Jermaine Dupri a couple of minutes ago, telling you once upon a time you're only going to go gold, which was not the case. But you have worked with him for, I mean, your relationship spans many, many years.
Yeah.
And you still today are working on projects with him.
Oh my God, I will be forever indebted to JD, Jermaine Dupri, because he discovered me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I will never ever leave So Def. And if I do, if I don't have his blessing, I'm not doing it. I don't care if it's for $100 million. If he says no, I'm gonna listen to him. I still go to him for advice. He's very much like my big brother. You know, if he says it's a bad idea, I don't do it. Like he's guided my career thus far and hasn't steered me wrong, and I'm gonna stick with that format.
And what's cool is that now you're doing that for others. So you have an artist you're working with, right?
Yeah, I have an artist named Cornbread. His real name is Alexander Gonzalez from Chicago, and he's an amazing kid. He's from the same area that I'm from. And when I saw him on Instagram, I was like, oh my God, he's so adorable. And he has a different style. Like, it's not just like your average, like, rap. It doesn't sound like everybody else. So I was like, I want to work with this kid. I want to develop him. I want to pay it forward like Jermaine Dupri did me, you know? I have the blueprint now. I know what to do and what not to do. So I want to pass it forward to somebody else.
I love that. So what's going on with him right now? What should we be on the lookout for?
Oh man, he's gonna actually on Rickey Smiley For Real as well. Oh my God, he's got singles and songs out on Spotify and iTunes, and we're in the studio with him right now making more music, trying to get him on a couple of shows. You know, he's a very charismatic kid, and I just love working with him. He's humble.
Yeah. These days, because we don't have the music video channeled and things like that that we used to, is being on shows like really important?
Yes, like being on shows is the new record deal.
Right.
You know, that's how you get your own promo to promote your own brand, because otherwise, you know, I just don't want to be seen on YouTube. It's like TV is how you're able to be visible.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you've got so much going on now. What possibly can be next for you? You mentioned like doing a pet furniture line. I mean, what other plans are in your head that we might see or that you want to make happen?
Oh man, I would love to go speak to the youth more. You know, my schedule doesn't permit right now, but I would love to do things like that. Oh my God, I love passing out turkeys and stuff for Thanksgiving. I do all that stuff already. I would like to be in a movie or a great series, kind of like that, shows people a different side of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Like, I want to do like a Power kind of, but for women.
Oh, I love that.
You know what I'm saying? A women kind of like Power, kind of like Set It Off, but more serious issues. Like, I grew up in a sanctified church on one side of my family, and the other side I got to be a tomboy. So I was kind of like the best of both girls.
Yeah.
So if I could do something like that, I just want to do something different so people can get to know the real me and other women can relate. You know, my story, my journey. There's a lot of things about me that people still don't know that I know that can inspire and encourage people.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can guarantee you this, no matter what the project is, you're welcome back here to talk about it.
Thank you, Paul. It's so good to see you again.
So good to see you, too. Thank you.
That's what